to The Fitterist Show with your host, Christopher Allen, where we explore the art of mind and body conditioning. This week, we take a look at technology and its impact in the fitness landscape, from virtual exercise classes to heart rate monitoring and progress tracking toward your fitness goals. The extension of the group class phenomenon leveraging the scale of the internet offers consumers new and unique options for exercise. We'll check out the two frontrunners in the space, both Peloton and Mirror, and how they are innovating in the space by leveraging connected devices and technology for on-demand and customized exercise classes. We've certainly come a long way as we've evolved from the fitness classes via VHS tapes in the 80s to some of the digital technology-infused workouts of today. So let's dive in. Exercise and exercise videos have really come a long way since the old VHS tapes that maybe our parents used. But the problem with things like the VHS tape was that it's this same exercise routine every time you play the tape. And basically, that's what the new technology and looking at live streaming exercise classes seek to cure. That boredom of doing the same thing every single day. So when you infuse the internet and technology, live streaming is a way to keep exercise fresh, exciting, different, new challenges, new content, new instructors that keep people coming back and help them actually stick to a workout routine. These classes have seen some really strong growth since their initial rollout, and I think are going to be part of massive growth in the industry for years to come. So why are consumers exploring streaming on-demand fitness programs and routines? Well, there's about 22 million people that regularly attend group exercise classes in the U.S., and this can be everything from Crunch Fitness to Orange Theory to tons of little boutique clubs around the country. Maybe the most obvious reason, though, that people are excited about streaming exercise is affordability. The average gym membership might be, depending on where you live, and costs could be $50, $60 a month. But access to an app with live streaming videos could be as low as $20. Now, savings aren't the only reason people are choosing streaming fitness. There's also other benefits. There's convenience. So a live streamed exercise program can be completed from just about anywhere, including on the road when you're in a hotel, saving people the trouble of driving to the gym, finding parking, and even finding a spot in a high-demand class, particularly after work when it's really crowded, can just be challenging. The next element is variety. When it comes to exercise classes, sometimes people are limited by what's available in their geographic area. Whether it's Pilates or yoga might be the only options near them when they really want CrossFit or SoulCycle or something like that. Live streaming is able to provide an endless array of choices that can help introduce you to new options that you may not have even considered before. Also, it gives you kind of a sense of comfort. Sometimes beginners, especially if you're going into a new class, might feel a little intimidated, maybe a little embarrassed for the first time they attend an exercise class. But with live streaming, you can do it from the privacy and comfort of your own home. Minimal pressure to get it right the first time, even if you make mistakes, fall behind. It's all from the comfort of your own home. You're the only one that sees any mistakes you might make, and you're still making progress toward fitness. Finally, there's the community aspect. While you might think this is a little counterintuitive relative to getting out and meeting and seeing other people physically, but live streaming can create a sense of community that certainly recorded on-demand classes kind of lack. At least it makes the exercise more inclusive. Regardless of knowledge or skill level, you're not competing with everyone else in the room. You're competing with people at your own level. And ultimately, the way you really should look at it is you're kind of competing with yourself. As long as you're getting better, that's the only goal. Meanwhile, people may also get a little burned out from seeing the same instructors every day, while with streaming, you can enjoy an array of instructors, array of different classes, and keep the variety and also keep upping the routine as your skill level actually increases. So what are some of the cons, though? Now, you need a good internet connection. That's kind of a given. There's a lot of activity going on with audio and video, so you need a consistently good internet connection. You also don't have really that personal physical interaction with the instructor and your classmates, which is important. And it also helps you, observing other people helps you get the right form, get in the right rhythm. And let's face it, it pushes you a little bit when the person next to you is going. You kind of want to keep up. Another thing is that live stream fitness classes are kind of a one-way line of communication. While you're watching the instructor live, the instructor isn't really watching all the hundreds or dozens or thousands of people potentially taking their class. So it's really targeted as a mass audience production, which would make kind of video conferencing a little impossible. But the technology is there and in place to make one-on-one virtual training sessions possible as well. We'll talk more about that a little later. Despite all its recent publicity and PR for its most recent commercial for the holidays of 2019, Peloton is still probably the poster child of video-based group fitness and a good example of one-way video conferencing. So what is it? The Peloton bike, it's a high-end indoor bike that has a Wi-Fi enabled 22-inch touchscreen tablet that streams live and on-demand classes and allows the rider to compete with other participants and get a good cardio workout in the process. By Peloton's own recently released numbers, they have over 500,000 members that use the bike or the app, and they say they've sold over 150,000 bikes to date. And some of the more popular classes have had upwards of 10,000 people simultaneously riding a ride with an instructor. So the concept of Peloton was really, how do they bring this SoulCycle, flywheel, boutique indoor cycling experience into the home and make it convenient for time-strapped business people, stay-at-home parents, people that just don't have the opportunity to get out or have a club nearby where they can participate in these things, might have inclement weather, but they can compete then in a challenging, high-tech riding session whenever they like. And they've also expanded their brand recently to include other exercise classes as well. So the cost of Peloton, this is where it gets interesting. The bike is about $2,245 for the base model, plus an additional $39 a month for the class subscription. And that's a mandatory 12-month commit. So when you break it down in detail, it's actually $19.95 for the bike, $250 delivery and setup fee. You also need to, what a surprise, buy their $125 specific Peloton cycling shoes, $468 for a membership at $39 a month required for the first year. If you pay up front, they give you a little bit of break. They give you like an extra month and so on and so forth. So that total for the first year is $2,838 plus tax. Now there's other things that you may want to add to your setup that are nice to haves, not required, but a bike mat, particularly recommended to protect hardwood or other floors. You may want the heart rate monitor that works with their setup, and you may actually want to buy their dumbbells for some of the upper body exercises they have in some of their classes. Again, none of these are mandatory. They're just kind of nice to haves. So what makes Peloton unique? Well, it really comes down to this sweat-proof, touch-sensitive tablet which streams the classes, is very responsive. It displays all of the stats, giving you instant feedback during your ride, how long you've gone, how much time's remaining, your current speed, distance, how fast you're pedaling, RPMs, resistance intensity, all of those things that they display in real time on this display. Also, if you're wearing the heart-enabled monitor chest strap, it will display your heart rate on that same touchscreen if you're wearing that. It also lets you really hear and see all of the drama of all those classes. So they allow the instructor to broadcast all of the class, obviously, plus all of the leaderboards that track everyone's place in the race, whether they're on site, which some of the live classes are taped, or remote, so you can kind of gauge your race position and time your big final push. And you can filter your leaderboard too. It's again, the technology allows you, the software allows you to filter the leaderboard to show only against yourself, against your personal record for that particular ride or course. You can choose your age bracket your gender bracket so you can see how you rank among your own demographic rather than against a 22-year-old. You might, if you're 63, you might say, look, I'm not competing against that guy. I just want to see how I'm doing in this age range bracket, which is pretty cool. Another thing worth mentioning is that Peloton integrates social media component in which you can follow friends who also own bikes or take studio classes to see their stats and see what classes they're taking, as well as you can link to and post rides to your social media outlets, including Facebook, Fitbit profiles, etc. So while this isn't really a review of Peloton, it is worth noting that if you decide to cancel after the 12-month commit your $39 monthly membership, the bike's functionality is dramatically reduced. So the library that they currently have of about a little over 7,000 classes is reduced to 3 45-minute classes. Pretty sharp reduction. You get some of the basic ride mode things that allow you to pedal and adjust resistance. And while you see real-time stats for your rides, obviously the classes and the leaderboards are not really available. So, you get the benefits of a group class from the privacy of your own home with Peloton's integrated technology. The experience is apparently pretty good. I'm not a bike rider. I've just, gathered research from reading reviews that people have posted, and they're generally very positive. The instructor focuses their attention, the home audience, so that none of the participants kind of feel left out, even though there might be some people in the studio. And you can access a library of any of those classes on demand. So you could repeat a favorite course, or you can take a class when it best fits your schedule. So overall, the Peloton seems like it's a well-built, well-designed, and they combine the right elements of group fitness classes with motivation to make it fun. The workouts are still very highly motivating, which is super important to gaining adherence to an overall exercise program. But the downside is kind of the cost. It's almost $3,000 up front and an ongoing monthly expense for as long as you want to use it. So if you cancel your subscription, the bike really loses a lot of its functionality. But there's also no really guarantee that a company whose core product is expensive to sell and expensive to support and produce will be able to scale and sustain itself long term. There are some big names in the space that are wading in. This reminds me a little bit of the parallel if you follow the Fitterist show of my comments on Beyond Meat. They have a big first mover advantage. They're very expensive. Will they survive long term as some of the heavyweights really roll into the space, undercutting them on price because they've already got the distribution channels, they've already got scale for manufacturing? Will Peloton succeed? We'll see. Most recently, one of the investors said that they do not have a big differentiator and that their stock is going to drop significantly. We'll see. But the bottom line is, as with any piece of exercise equipment, a home gym, a recumbent bike, a Peloton bike, squat racks, anything, if you know you're going to use it often and you're going to share it with your household, it could easily justify its price tag of $28, $38 for the first year. But just be really realistic as you consider whether or not to take the plunge. If you're going to use it and it's going to help you adhere to a fitness program and you love cycling, this could be a great solution. Riding that same wave of home-based fitness, we have the Mirror Home Gym. The Mirror it's a full-length mirror with an embedded screen that can stream hundreds of on-demand and live workouts that, again, compete with those high-end boutique studios. Now, even though you can stream workouts on your phone, the Mirror takes things to a new level. An instructor appears alongside your on-screen reflection. So it's a combination of a mirror with a screen behind it. So you get the best of both worlds while being able to see the instructor in the proper form and seeing your form for different exercises at the same time. It also includes a heart rate monitor, and the result is a pretty immersive fitness experience. They have on-demand workout classes that include everything from cardio to yoga, to Pilates, kickboxing. So again, because you just have the mirror in a room, you have a lot of space that gives you a lot of flexibility for what type of classes that you choose. So the screen is about 52 inches by 21 inches, so it's kind of the size of a mid-size LCD or LED TV. And when the screen is turned off, the mirror is just a mirror. It's a full-length mirror. Now it has a built-in microphone and forward-facing camera that you can cover up if you don't want that to ever be active. There's also about 70 classes available weekly, and you can connect to the mirror using a Bluetooth heart rate monitor, so you can use any heart rate monitor as long as it supports Bluetooth or Apple Watch to display your cardio statistics. So what does the mirror cost? It's $1,495 plus tax, $250 fee for installation, and of course your $39 a month with a minimum 12-month commitment for the live and on-demand workout classes. So the subscription element, in addition to the initial cash outlay purchase for the hardware, it does allow and include up to 6 people on the account, each with their own profile. So let's add that up. $1,495 for the mirror, $250 for delivery and installation. Subscription, $468 for the first year, minimum 1-year commitment. So that first year total without tax is $2,213. So again, not cheap, but let's look at their target market. The company has really managed to capitalize on 2 major trends. The connected fitness trend that we've talked about before, obviously, and the rise of the boutique studio workout, both of which speak to a very specific type of exercise enthusiast. So the connected fitness, these are the streamed on-demand home workouts that could be offered anything that a studio could provide. Group workouts, Pilates, yoga, you could follow a favorite instructor, you have the community feel, minus the scheduling and commuting constraints. So this is very similar to Peloton. The boutique fitness studio trend are giving traditional gyms a little bit of a run for their money. So you've got the Orange Theory Fitness, the Barry's Boot Camp. All of these have grown market share since their introduction, and the number of people with boutique studio memberships has increased over 100% since 2013. And this growth is probably expected to continue. So Mirror looked at those 2 trends and said, how do we blend those with a product and service that capitalizes on both of those increasing trends? And came up with the mirror. So one of the innovative things about the mirror is that it's just a mirror. It literally hangs on the wall. It comes with a stand, but you can hang it on the wall. And it blends in with your home decor. If you have a bike or a Peloton or a Bowflex or a home gym, there's no hiding those things. They're going to stick out. But the mirror blends into the core ambiance of the home in a non-intrusive way. Comes with a starter kit, includes some resistance bands. It actually includes a Bluetooth heart rate monitor that you can pair with the mirror for more accurate calorie counting and exercise metrics. So to get started with the mirror, you download their app and you enter your health details, your height, your weight, along with some of your fitness goals, your preferred class types, and details of any injuries, which is kind of important because what Mirror does with that on the back end is it accounts for lower impact activities to recommend to you to work around. Let's say if you have an ankle injury or a knee injury or a foot injury, it can make recommendations to make the exercises a little more tailored to you. So the user connects to the machine using a Bluetooth heart rate monitor. It can worn around the waist, tracks your heart rate throughout the workout, and of course how many calories that you burn. 70 different on-demand classes that get added to the app each week across many different areas: cardio, boxing, strength training, yoga, Pilates, HIIT. There's lots of stuff in there, and they range from beginner to expert level. Everything's really controlled through the app, so you don't have to go to the mirror and do touchscreen and get your fingerprints and stuff and sweat all over the mirror. It's all controlled through the app. You can increase or decrease the instructor volume. You can increase or decrease the background music on the app. And one of the things that's, I think, a nice touch is you can actually, if you don't like their music, you can just link to your Spotify playlist and listen to your own music while you work out. Very nice personalized touch, because as much as the workout music might be good for some people, sometimes you just want to listen to your own music while you're working out. And since the mirror, again, is reflective, you're able to view your form and see exactly what you're doing. So they've got lots of instructors from top New York gyms and fitness centers around the country. And It too has social media integration where at the end of the workout, you can take a selfie and rate both the class and instructor and post it to favorite social media outlets. If you prefer to work out at home, one of the best things about the Mirror is that you can see what your form is supposed to look like and then replicate it exactly. That's one of the interesting things. Because it is a mirror, you can look at the instructor's form and your form and almost have those superimposed to try to make sure that you're doing the exercise properly and with proper form. So the bottom line on the Mirror, one of the biggest bonuses is that it takes up literally no room space. Now you need to carve out an area where you actually do the exercises, but you need to do that anyway because you're going to need to do the exercises. But when you're not using it, it doesn't encroach, it just blends into the background. I think that's a big plus for this particular product. For those that don't have the time or can't make it to a group class, this is pretty impressive. It's easy to use. A wide breadth of different classes and different exercises means you can mix it up. There's a good amount of variety. However, cost again is probably the biggest factor. While it's a little cheaper than things like Peloton and Flywheel, it's still a pricey purchase. And remember, like any other Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connected device, you can experience technical issues, including Wi-Fi and buffering issues, Bluetooth syncing with the Mirror, app syncing with the Mirror. But in theory, those should be pretty minimal. And for some people, going to the gym or doing an in-person workout class could be a little daunting, a little embarrassing, and a solution like the Mirror might be worth the cost and convenience so you can work out from the comfort of your own home. So in summary, the integrated technology fitness offerings do have one piece of commonality. They are really a glimpse at the future fitness industry and how it will likely evolve to where it will be better, not just more convenient, but allow you to attend your group workout by video conference. Some of the benefits of this new digital technology: one, it gives you remote communication to access the best and most innovative instructors in their field, regardless of their location, where their home gym is. You can take advantage of all of those. Second, you can tailor all of your equipment to suit your personal needs. So as opposed to going into a studio, adjusting the bike, fiddling with the settings to make it fit your frame and body, you have your own bike permanently set up, tailored specific to your needs every day. Number three, the variety of things that you can take in a virtual world is endless. So whether you are biking in the Alps or through Glacier National Park, or you're taking your rowing machine down the Amazon in one class and down the Nile River in the next, it gives you an endless array of immersive fitness experiences. And as a tech nerd, I think the evolution of digital integration into more immersive fitness experiences is both exciting and inevitable. Anything that gets one to exercise more consistently is a good thing. With the potential for more and better variation in exercise and fitness classes, that should lengthen the amount of time that people stick with working out rather than getting bored with a monotonous class and then not going to the gym. Even further to the future, some of these devices, when you look at the Mirror, you could easily extend that beyond fitness to other types of content, including therapy and meditation. But the big question for devices like this is, can a device become a regular fourth screen in addition to the TV, the phone, the laptop, in one's life? That is, another home device that one actually uses on a regular basis. Remember, there are many homes with exercise equipment that has become a laundry drying rack as its main function due to lack of use. Just like music, movies, and books, the future of fitness, particularly for group classes, is going digital. Just don't forget that to get the results you want, you still need to put in the physical work. There's no getting around, there's no app, there's no technology that can do that for you. You got to get up off your ass, do the grind, and get the results for the fitness goals that you want. With that, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to The Fitterist Show. You can follow us on Instagram at FitteristMindBody and on Twitter at fittest mind. If you enjoyed this episode, please send it to a friend or subscribe to make sure you don't miss any future episodes of The Fitterist Show. My name is Christopher Allen, and make it a magical day.